Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to 2018. Today I thought I would film for you my yearly favourites, all of the things that I have loved in 2017. If you notice, I didn't do a December favourites because, I don't know, I just really wanted to highlight the things that I've been loving throughout the year. I've gone back through my videos, I've looked up what I've used up, and the stuff that I use every day, which I know sometimes isn't what I mentioned, but it's just because I love it. Anyway, so I've got a whole host of makeup, actually quite a lot of skincare, and a couple hair care bits as well. I'm going to keep my calendar up here. Also, I've got the above head normal light on, so if I'm looking a little bit more yellow, it's because it's December in the... No, it's not! It's January in the UK, and it's dark and grey. I want you to be able to see my face on the products. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with base products. I actually have 2/3 foundations. I'm only using one as a prop, and it is the Ordinary foundations. This one here is the Coverage foundation. I use this in 1.0NS, and in the Serum foundation I use 1.0N, which is their neutral lightest colours. This one's like sort of, S is like for silver highlights. It's not glittery on your face or anything, and maybe I should like put it up against the normal one, as in the normal Coverage foundation. Anyway, these foundations have been like in and out of stock like all year long since they launched, and for good reason. They're a £5 and they're great, just like the rest of the Ordinary. Spoiler alert when we get to the skincare section. If you don't like the Ordinary, then sorry. Anyway, but yeah, the foundations are great. I will say that I don't think there's too much, because I've got like oily combination / normal skin. That's kind of where I sit. That I don't think there's much of a muchness in both of the formulas, to be honest with you, but I feel like if you had really oily or really dry skin, obviously you'd prefer the corresponding one. But yeah, they're just really good, really great everyday products as well. The pump is a bit annoying because, particularly with the Serum foundation, it can leak out the top, but the plastic packaging is really travel friendly, and it's just a really good foundation with a fairly extensive colour range as well. I'm really excited to see what the Ordinary come out with this year, because no doubt it'll be fantastic. But yes, I've been loving that. So there's kind of two, although I'm only showing you one. And the next base I want to talk about is from IT Cosmetics. This is the CC Plus Your Skin But Better. I use this in the shade Fair. This is my second tube of it, and as you can see, it's sort of almost done. This has an SPF of 50 in it, which is really cool, so I really like using this, particularly in the summer, but honestly it works all year round. I find, again, for my skin type that I need to powder this, so using like a more sort of traditional matte works really well with this, as opposed to the powder that I'm going to talk about later. Those two don't work necessarily well together, but this has it's actually a really full coverage base, and it's really easy to apply. But it doesn't look cakey or thick or anything. It's just really good. And I believe you can now get this in Selfridges in the UK and on QVC, I think. I'm unsure if you can get this exact product because I think I've looked on QVC before, but you can definitely get it in Selfridges, so yay! I've actually missed a primer, so I'm sorry that I haven't gone perfectly in order. But anyway, this is from Becca. This is the First Light priming filter. It's their purple primer. Now it looks here like it's full. That's because it's been lead down. I have like this much left. And I think it's very telling when you use initially one pump of a product, but then end up using two, just because you really like using it. And this is that. When I put it on my skin, it just like, my skin is almost like, thank you. This feels really nice on the skin. It makes my skin feel great for a prep for makeup. Again, it's one of those things, if I'm using like a more matte foundation, I like to sandwich it in between sort of more dewy products, and this is one of them. It slightly colour corrects the skin because of its sort of hue in it, but it's not anything like crazy colour correcting, and it's just a really nice product to use. It makes me want to try out more Becca products. But yeah, this one is absolutely phenomenal. And again, it's one of those products that when I was getting towards the end of it, I slowed down using it because I didn't want it to run out. So I think that says a lot about what I think about it. I just really love it. I'm gonna, by the way, say throughout the entire video, I just really love it. It's obvious, it's my yearly favourites. It's very clear that I love it, but I just want to get it across that I really do love these products. Anyway, I've got two concealers to talk about, both of which are from the drugstore. Now, first of all, this one I know has been in a yearly favourites before. This is the Maybelline Anti-Age. The label's even come off, it's like almost done. I don't know if you can see. I used the lighter shade in this, and this is the Instant Age Rewind Concealer for your under eyes. I really like this product. I think the product itself's really good. I think the sort of unit carton is really good, or just like the unit. The sponge applicator, which I know not everybody is crazy about because they might think it's like bacteria minging this, but I'm only using this on my own face. But I think it also, under your eyes, particularly if you've got hereditary bags like myself, or you just haven't had that much sleep, you might be more tempted to like really layer on and really cake up underneath your eyes, whereas this, it almost doesn't allow you to do that because of how it deposits the product onto your face. And also that means that you can layer concealers as well, which is what I do. So I'll use this one and then I'll use another one, which I'll talk about in a sec. And yeah, I just think it's a really good product and it's a really reasonable price, and I will continue to buy this, no issue. And the other concealer that do you know what? I've been trying out other concealers recently, so I haven't used it in the past couple of months, but when I was thinking about this video, I was like, actually, I've used this fairly consistently throughout the year. This is the Radiance Reveal Concealer by Bourjois. Again, I'm in 01, I'm in the lighter shade, and I really like this. Again, it's great for under the eyes, as I said, layering with this one. I think they work really well together. It's not like glittery or like a highlighter or anything like that, it's just a brightening concealer. I wish they had a lighter shade still, because then that would even lighten up my face, because this is more sort of true to my skin tone as opposed to anything else. I really do like this concealer's consistency. It's another sort of doe for applicator jobby, and yeah, again, and put it back in Alice. Yeah, again, really reasonably priced, and yeah, really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. I've got two sort of cheap products to talk about. This one I'm not going to stay on for very long because I believe I've mentioned it before. This is the Kevyn Sculpting powder. This actually is a duo that you can get in Sephora with the candlelight highlighter, which I think is okay. It's really covered in bronzer because that's what I use it for. This is like a really nice subtle highlight, and sort of if you're in a bind, these work really well together. I know these are hero products from the Kevyn line, but what I'm interested in is the sculpting powder. This is in the shade medium. I'm actually the shade light. Mine I finished / cracked, so I need to like get some alcohol on it and put it back together. The only issue I have with Kevyn is like their sculpting powders are not cheap. They're £35, and it's like a teeny tiny thing, although you don't need to use that much, but yeah, it's a real sort of when you have to buy one. But yes, I love it. I think it's just that perfect almost grey on your face if you want that shadow. I don't think I look good with bronzed skin. Like, I stay out the sun actively, and as I've told you, like I'm the lightest shade in everything, and I think it sort of suits my look. So having this sort of sculpting powder actually I think really sort of works for me, as opposed to using a traditional bronzer, which can be typically more orange. But yeah, I just really like using it, and it's a product that I use every day. As you saw, I hit pan. Speaking of hitting pan, I've hit pan on this product too. This is by ColourPop, and this is Flexitarian. It's one of their Supershock cream highlighters. I've got this on today, and oh my gosh, like if you want it to be blinding, it can be, but if you want to sheer it out and sort of use it for everyday use, again, that's an option too. I think it's a really versatile product. I just love the colour as well. Like, it's not too icy, it's not too warm, it's like a good sort of lightness for me. Like, it works as a highlight shade for me. Yeah, I just really think the tone of it is really nice, and it works really well, and if you're sort of pale like me. And yeah, I just think it's really like a neutral colour. Like, it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's just a really nice neutral colour which enhances your cheekbones, which is what you want. Anyway, and even though it's like a cream product, it's super duper easy to use. You can layer it over powder, no issue with ColourPop products. And yeah, I just really like it. Moving on to eyes, I'm going to start with eyebrows. I'm going to talk about the two eyebrow products that I use in my eyebrows, and because this is a repurchase this year. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the brow powder. I'm using currently the shade medium brown. I believe I use ash brown, or yeah, I think I used ash brown before, but this is the shade I'm using at the moment. As I said, I repurchased it. It's a really good product. It stays well in the brows. They're really good shades, like they're cool enough to work in the brows. And also, I just really like the compact as well. Like, I just think this is easy rather than having a whole like brow kit, which is like huge. This is just like a nice, easy solo compact with two shades in. I don't know if you're able to see. So, you know, you can still, if you really want to go to town and sort of have like a lighter colour than a darker colour, this gives that to you, but in a really easy to have compact. And because you're using like a tiny amount, these last, I think my other one lasted me 2 years, and it's a product that I use every single day, so 100% worth the money on that one. And the next product is a brow product. Now I'm showing you two because they are the same product, they are the same colour. Spoiler alert, it's the Glossier Boy Brow, but I've finished one completely up, but I like having it for the brush because love the brush. Again, it's also small and nice and compact, but I also just really like the product as well. I just think it sets the brows without making them crunchy or gross, and for me, I was so in love with the Eyeshadow brow gel, and I still love that brow gel. I still think it's fantastic, and what I will say actually that has over this is it lasts a lot longer, like it's a bigger tube, whereas this is smaller. But yeah, I just really enjoy using this product, and I think I love sort of like starting with it in the middle of my brows and then taking like the excess and putting it in the front of my brows. I just think it's a good product, and yeah, I will continue to repurchase this one. Oh, I missed a skin product. Oh, I'm all over the place. Anyway, it is the Hourglass. Now, this one I'm showing you because I'm basically done with it. If you thought that you couldn't finish the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, you were wrong. For a long time I was just using a big brush, swirling them in, and I'm using it as a finishing powder. As I said earlier, the CC cream doesn't go well with this. For me, when I mix these two together, it's a bit too much, but with sort of a matte foundation, literally like having this sort of sandwich, like this this primer, this like matte foundation, and then this, oh, I just think it makes my skin look really nice. Anyway, I've actually gone ahead and bought a full size powder by itself. This is an Ethereal Light, which I believe is the lightest one that they do, but they do a whole host of different colours, and it's just a really nice finishing powder. I don't know, I just think it makes the skin just look almost creamy. I just think it sets everything nicely without looking powdery on your face at all. But yeah, I just like the way that this ends up. It's a finishing powder and I like its finish, so that's why I went out and literally spent 40 quid. This is not cheap either, but really I wholeheartedly believe worth money and will last forever as well. So loving that. Back to eyes. I have two smaller palettes that I want to talk about. There's actually no really large palette that I want to talk about this year. There's been some that I've liked, and actually I'm thinking about doing a warm palettes review because I have a lot of warm eyeshadow palettes and I feel like that would be helpful to some people. Anyway, there's two that I want to talk about. The first one that I was loving the first half of the year is from Kat Von D. It is the Shade and Light Eye Quad in Rust. As you can see, I have hit pan in one of the colours. This is just a really simple colourway for me. It's an everyday product. One thing I will say that I don't like about this is the mirror. The mirror is like smaller than the actual packaging, and then it's got this little like design around it, which is very like on brand, but makes the mirror smaller, so I'd rather have a bigger mirror. But yeah, just I love Kat Von D shadows in general. Like I've got a few of her bigger palettes as well, and I love them. They're super pigmented, super easy to blend, so I knew when getting this quad that I wasn't going to be disappointed with it. But I really have used this to death. Like it is tore up from the floor, but it's also in plastic now as opposed to the cardboard one. I believe all of them are transitioning to plastic. Would really recommend this if this colourway isn't your bag. They've got, I think, 4 in total, one green, one purple, and one sort of like smoky eye one. But this is the colourway for me, and yeah, I've been really enjoying it. And the next one I haven't had for that long. I've had for about 2 months. But honestly, I have used it every single day since I've had it, and I know it's very premature to put this in my yearly favourites, but honestly, I love it. And I've hit pan on some shades, so... Anyway, it is the Huda Warm Brown Obsessions palette. This is a 9 shadow palette in like just... It's so small, like hang on, if I get the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette and put it next to it, not palette, powder, and you can just see how small it is. So it's super duper easy to travel with. It's got a mirror. I have got the Rose Gold Texture Shadow palette by Huda and think it's a great palette. So going into this, I knew I'd enjoy the shadows. The only issue with that palette is it's bigger, like it's quite big and it has no mirror, whereas this is small and compact and does have a mirror, which has led to me using this palette every single day. And as I said, the shade selection for me is just bang on. I've hit pan on sort of like the bone colour, which I think is really good. Sometimes I find that those shades aren't really good. I love having sort of a skin colour all over the lid before I set down any colour, just so it can blend easier, and this does not disappoint. It's also got one of the texture shadows in the middle, but honestly this is a palette where I can see me using all of these shades. It's what I use every single day. Today I haven't got that much on. I've only got sort of this sort of tan colour here on and the bright red underneath my eye, but I can see me if I want to amp it up, I can use this. If I want to dial it down, I can also use this. I just think it's really versatile and really compact, which I like because my makeup bag's big enough as it is. I don't need to bulk it out, particularly with shades that I'm not necessarily going to use every day. So yes, I love this so much and would 100% recommend. Again, similarly, it has in this range, in the Obsessions range, there's a bunch of other colourways. So if you're interested in a different colourway, I imagine the quality is going to be there too. But yeah, but this was the one for me. So I've got a couple single shadows that I want to talk about. First of all, a powder single shadow that I want to talk about. And again, it's from Kat Von D. This is the Lolita blush slash eyeshadow. I use this exclusively as an eyeshadow, and you can probably see from the colourway why I use this. It's sort of a little bit more rosy, pinky. I know I've recommended both Lolita and Lolita 2 in previous videos, and the colour and the Lolita family is really something that I enjoy, and yeah, this is no exception. And again, as I said, with Kat Von D, you're getting quality with her powder products, and yeah, it's just sort of this rosy, rosewood, reddy, browny colour, which I'm definitely into all year round. But yeah, would 100% recommend this. Love it, love it, love it. Now I've got one here to show you, but honestly, just across the board, I love these shadows. They are from ColourPop, and it is their Supershock eye colours. Oh, this one I'm not going to open because it's like sort of falling apart because I've been using it so much. I don't know if you can see. I've hit pan on this one. This is in Un, which is in a limited edition collection which isn't available anymore, but just in general, again, the formula is very similar to the highlighter that I was talking about, and these products are super duper easy to use. If you don't like faffing around with different brushes, you can use your fingers and they apply wonderfully. I really do need to do another big ColourPop haul and buy a bunch of stuff because I haven't ordered from them in a while. And these are products that I use every single day. But yeah, if you like their shadows, if you're sort of curious about them, I would 100% invest. I say invest, they're like $5 each. And they do some really nice curated sets as well. So the formula is, this is a shimmer one. Is this a shimmer? Does it say metallic? This is a metallic one, but the matte ones and the satin ones are also phenomenal as well. So yeah, I think ColourPop, their original products, I really need to try their powder products because I still haven't, but honestly I just think ColourPop are phenomenal, and yeah, I need to do another order. This is a product that I'm not going to stay too long on. Again, it's another product from Kat Von D. This is the tattoo liner in Trooper Black. I don't think this would come as any surprise to anyone, but this is a brand spanking new one. I got one for Christmas. Thanks, my brother. It is the best liner. I tell you what, I think the last time I put this in a favourites video, I feel like I harp on about it all the time. If you're ever wondering what liner I have on, it is this. Because I believe it was in June or July, I went on holiday and I forgot my eyeliner. So in the airport, I bought one, like, it was from Bourjois, surprise. And I've tried that liner before and I liked it, and I was just like, oh, okay, like I'll wear this liner for whilst I'm on holiday. And when I went away, it was really, really hot, and it like transferred all up here, and I was just like, I don't get that. I forgot that that was a problem that you can have with liner because I'm so spoiled by this Kat Von D one. If you wear eyeliner at all, I think you should wear this one. Also, the like unit is also really good. The lid really like sucks on, so you don't get, it's not dry, it doesn't dry out. The tip is made out of hairs as opposed to a felt tip, so it never dulls, and those two together mean that it lasts a full 6 months. So I think the liner is £16, which, you know, for 6 months of great liner, I'm very happy to pay, and I love it. So, and the product itself, it stays on. Like, I've slept in this liner. I wouldn't recommend it, but I have slept in this liner and it's looked as good as gold the next day. So I love this liner. I love it so much. Moving on to lip products, I have got a liquid lipstick to talk about. This is probably my favourite liquid lipstick ever. Bold statement because I love liquid lips, but this is from Smashbox and it is their Always On liquid lipstick in Out Loud. I wore this almost solidly for 6 months. Mine's like now a little bit dried out. I need a new one, so that's why I've stopped wearing it, not because I don't love it, but because I need a new one. But I'm holding on to it and I am going to repurchase it, and I don't think I've ever gotten through a liquid lip, to be honest with you, but this one I have, and it's phenomenal. The formula's great. I want to buy other colours in this formula because it's just so comfortable and I don't have to worry about it, and would 100% recommend. So if you're into liquid lips, this one, particularly this colour as well, it definitely goes with my whole like reddy orangey thing that I go for. But yeah, I love, love, love this one. I've got another lipstick to talk about and it is from Glossier. It is in Cake. Almost in stark contrast slash not really. I've got this one on today with a lip liner, which is somewhere. This is a sheer matte formula. So if you like sort of really like full-on colours, you probably won't like this one, but what I like about this one is it's no fuss. I put it on without a mirror, particularly because of the colour. It's sort of like a pinky brownie colour. I really like the colour, I really like the way that it feels. As I said, I've got it on today. What I love doing is putting on a little bit of lip balm. I'll talk about that one in a sec. Popping on the lip liner that I love, which is Milani's Soft Spice liner. I think it's number 5. It's definitely got spice in the title. And then popping this on top, I just think it's a great combo. I've also got 2 lip balms to talk about. So the first one, again, I don't think is going to be that much of a surprise to you. It's Glossier, it's their balm.com. I've got the Flavour Scent Cake, their birthday balm.com. It's a universal salve. This one has a bit of glitter in it, which sounds daunting, but if anything, just adds a little something, because this is like a matte balm. So if you don't like those really like glossy lip balms, this is something definitely to look into. I know I've recommended before the Nuxe Rêve de Miel lip balm, which is like a similar thing. Again, it's just like a nice matte lip balm, and it's really easy to use, and particularly this flavour I really like. It's really fun, and I think if you're somebody who struggles to use like just like unscented lip balms, if you find a scent that you like from them, I imagine you would use it more. Anyway, this is just really fun, and I really like using this. When I run out of one, I will buy another. So yay. And I actually have another lip balm. This is from Bioderma. This is the Atoderm Lèvres, which is, yeah, just basically their moisturising stick for their lips. I've like destroyed this thing. This is super duper easy to use and really nice. This you can get in Boots, it's about £5, and it's just really great, just like layering on, and it's also good underneath lipstick if you want to layer it. Whereas this is sort of like a tube that you squeeze out a bit of balm. This is in a stick, as you can see, so it's a little less full on when you put it on. I have this on sort of my skincare stand, and I put it on every night, and I really like it. So yeah, if it's not this one I'm using, it's this one, and I think they're both great. I've got one brush favourite that I want to talk about, and it's from Real Techniques. It's from their Powder Blue line, and it is the B04 brush. This is a very similar shape to the Smashbox Crease Brush, which I know I've spoken about, so you can probably figure why I've spoken about it. It's a very big, fluffy brush, which sounds maybe like it could look like it'd be too big, but honestly, I love having a really like blown out crease colour. Like I use like reds, so I like having them like just being like nice and soft, and I think this really does it. It's really easy to use. For me, it fits in the crease nicely and just blends really well. The Powder Blue line is specifically for powder products, and I've been using this for eyeshadow, and yes, I really, really love it. It's really accessible. You can get it at Boots, and yeah, it's my favourite. So I've got two hair favourites, one of which is a hairbrush. Sorry, I should have taken the hair out of it before I showed it to the internet. This is the Wet Brush Paddle Brush. You can get these on Beauty Bay. In general, I love a wet brush, as it's my favourite type of hairbrush. I think it beats the Tangle Teaser. I am married to this hairbrush. I have one at my boyfriend's house, so I don't even have to worry about it. If you have long hair or thick hair, particularly the paddle, I like, but it's the same sort of technology in the sort of standard size, but I just love the paddle because it gets it done quicker. I love this hairbrush. I brush my hair with it every day, and when I have to use other hairbrushes, I then realise how truly amazing this is. I remember when I was younger, I used to spend fucking too long brushing my hair because it would be too knotty, whereas this just glides right through and it's great. Anyway, so 100% would recommend that one. And I have one hair product to talk about, and that is the Way Wave Spray. This is my second bottle of this, and I'm trying to use it sparingly because it's not exactly the cheapest product, but I love having, this isn't a sea salt spray, this is basically a sea saltless spray, but it's a texture spray basically, that you can pop in your hair when it's wet or when it's dry. If I want to sort of revive any like curls, like if I've plaited my hair and then I'm wearing it down, I'll pop a bit of this in it before texturizing spray, and it sort of really just brings it back to life and gives it that beachy sort of undone look, which I go for. But yeah, it's just a really good product, and out of sort of all the, I've tried a lot of sort of sea salt sprays from sort of drugstore to high end, and this is the best one that I've ever tried. So that's why I repurchased it, and I will continue to do so. So moving on to skincare, I'm going to start with cleanser, as you would, and this is the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser. This product, basically with cleansing, I rely a lot on micellar water because I'm lazy, but this product, I like its results, so I use it. So that's why I like it, because it encourages me to properly cleanse my skin. It's lightly scented with rose, but it's not overpowering. It just feels nice on the skin. Like, it feels like it's helping your skin, even though it's only on your face for a small amount of time, and it's cleansing your skin, like it's taking your makeup off. Although I do use a makeup remover prior to that because it doesn't remove everything, but sort of as like a double cleanse type thing, it's really nice to use. And yeah, as I said, it's really kind to my skin. Like, it leaves it feeling clean but soft as opposed to stripped, which I like. I also have a toner that I want to talk about. This is from The Ordinary. This is the Glycolic Alice. That's me! This is the Glycolic Acid 7% toning solution. I am almost out of this, as you can see. I love using sort of glycolic acid based toners. I think they work really well for my skin. In fact, I've got a teeny tiny Alpha H that I got in an advent calendar here. But yeah, I just really love this type of product, and The Ordinary brings it to the market at a very reasonable price. So that is why I would recommend this one. Yeah, it's very similar to the Pixie Glow Tonic. That's sort of fair, and I find for myself that it works really well and helps let my products sink in and just make my skin feel clean and lovely. So would 100% recommend that one. Whilst we're on The Ordinary, I'll talk about the three, oh by the way, here's my eyeliner, not eyeliner, lip liner, just found it next to me. Whilst on The Ordinary, I've got 3 other products from them that I want to talk about. First of all, I wanted to only pick one serum because I just did. Like, I really wanted to be like, which one, even though they're all reasonably priced, so it wouldn't break the bank if you bought all of them. There was one that I really wanted to recommend, and it is the Alpha Arbutin Plus HA, which is hyaluronic acid. It's a concentrated serum with 2% purified alpha arbutin and hyaluronic acid. It's phenomenal. I continue to see the results from this. I love it. This serum I don't think I could live without now. As I mentioned previously, like, I have oily combination slash blemish prone skin, and this makes my skin feel so soft, but also keeps all that gackiness at bay, and just I would 100% recommend it. I just think it's phenomenal for my skin. I'm going to be doing a skincare video soon, so I will talk more about it in that, I suppose. And I'm also writing a blog post all on The Ordinary products that I've tried. I think this is my favourite one out of all of them, and I've tried a few, but this is my favourite. I do have one of the cream products from The Ordinary. It is the Azelaic Acid Suspension 10%. It says it is a multi-functional brightening formula. Again, similar stuff. Like, what I love about The Ordinary is I see the difference in my skin. Like, I see it, I feel it, I can sense it. See, now the light comes out, hang on. I see the difference in my skin, and I enjoy doing my skincare routine because I feel like it's really, you can really tailor make it to how your skin is responding and acting that day. Oh god, this light, I'm so sorry. You can put it on your skin in the morning or in the evening, and it just sort of brightens your skin and makes it feel phenomenal, and I love it. I love it. And the last Ordinary product that I want to talk about is their mask. This is the AHA 30% and BHA 2% peeling solution. This is their mask that makes it look like you've got your enemy's blood all smeared all over your face. It's a 10-minute sort of exfoliating mask, and I use this about once a week. This stuff is no joke, so I wouldn't use it for more than once a week, but again, it's just one of those things, I see and feel the results of using it, and it's just a quick and easy 10-minute mask, and it's like, it's a really weird consistency, like it's really like goopy, and I don't know, it just does what it says on the tin, and I love it. I have one other skincare product to talk about, and it is from Kiehl's. It is their creamy eye treatment with avocado. This massive tub here, this is the jumbo size. I am almost done. I got another one for Christmas because I asked for it because I love this eye cream. What I love about this eye cream is, okay, so with typical eye cream technology, you pop it on sort of down here and it sort of seeps up towards your eyes, whereas with this, that doesn't do that. It goes where you put it, which may sound, I don't know, less fancy, but actually it means that it's not like burning your eyes if you're rubbing it in your eyes. So I put this like all around like my orbital bone on my eyelids. Like, I don't want wrinkly eyelids, I don't want crusty eyelids, so that's why I'm putting eye cream on them. But yeah, it's just a really good eye cream. I'm in my mid-20s, so I'm not sort of too worried about anti-aging at this point, but sort of it's something that I'm aware of will happen. So I like using this just to sort of keep that area soft, and as I mentioned, like, I have hereditary dark circles, so I feel like keeping that area sort of as moisturised as possible, it can only be a good thing, and this helps me do that. So the final product from my yearly favourites is a fragrance, and it is from Glossier. It is the Glossier You fragrance. This has been likened by myself and other people to the Molecule 01 fragrance, and they sort of sell it as just like a good smelling person. Like, it doesn't smell like flowers or oud or cinnamon or citrus or whatever. It just smells like you. Haha, get the name, it's all fun. And I'd hasten to agree, like, you know, I can get down with sort of like scent smelling like a certain way, like it's smelling like you have a fragrance on, but I also quite like for the daily just smelling like I smell nice. So I'm actually gonna put some on now because I don't have any on, and yeah, it's one of those things that I get compliments on it and they're like, are you wearing perfume? And I'm like, yeah, it's this. Is it this? Smell my wrist. It's one of those things like with perfumes, it lasts a long time as well. So I suppose that's the only other thing I can add. But with perfumes, if you don't like the way that they smell, then you don't like the way that they smell. But I like the way this smells, so much so that I typically don't repurchase perfumes because I am very much somebody who associates scents with memories, and so when I'm sort of out of a bottle of perfume, I tend not to repurchase it because I had that perfume for that period in my life, whereas this, I feel like I'm going to repurchase after this. So yeah, I really like it. Anyway, that is everything from me this year. It's already 2018, it's the 2nd. I know I've got my other calendar up. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope 2018 is going fabulously for you so far. If you haven't subscribed, you definitely can do that and stick with me this year if you want to see what I'm up to. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye!